So this is the process of making coffee from scratch. I got these Robusta coffee beans from a farmer in my village. First thing to do is separate the good beans from the bad beans. Right there on top are the floating rotten beans. Anything that's left over, I'll go through by hand and toss away the rotten ones. Now I'm washing everything that's left over and getting rid of all that dirt. Now the beans are going to sit out in the sun to dry and get rid of all the moisture, which will make roasting much easier tomorrow. After drying, it's time to dark roast these suckers. At this point, the kitchen turned into a little bit of a jam session. We got some Green Day going on, maybe some Metallica later on. Notice I covered it. I'm going for a nice even bake of the bean on both sides. You might ask, why go for the dark roast? And frankly, it's just because it's easier. You can just sit them on the stove and kind of forget about them. At this point, they've kind of been roasting for 20 minutes or so, and there you go. That's the finished roast, and now you'll notice that there's a husk on them. So some of them look still kind of lightly roasted, but that's only the husk. If you pull the husk off, underneath is a dark roasted bean. All right, so the next day is the day to grind everything up, and that's my setup. I got my sifter and my mortar, my pencil. My pencil is a tree branch. And I'm just toss them in the mortar and beat the devil out of them. Sifting is going to be necessary to get those wood shavings out and the husk. Don't want it to be any more earthy tasting than it already is. And right there is the finished product, looking good. The next morning is the time to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Throw some of that in the French press, let that sit for 7 minutes. Have a perfect cup of coffee. A wise man once said, coffee's a science, and it's all in the grain. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse. I think I really hit the nail right on the head with this one. Perfect snap finish. All right, so after 4 days, I finally have my cup of coffee, and I think it tastes pretty good. I think it tastes better than the Nescafe instant coffee packets. So if you're getting tired of those, maybe invest a little time in processing your own coffee. All right. Thanks. Later on.